Hey guys, it's Chaos Dragon 49 here, and well, it's about time I did something on a little bit more of the serious side. Well, for over 60 videos you've heard me goofing around, playing with my friends, and just generally talking utter bullshit. Well, I figured I would actually now finally do a video where I am actually serious. I feel that maybe I should actually reveal myself as a whole. So this video today the stream today will basically be sort of just like showing everyone like me, how I got into game. Well, what sort of like basically it'll be showing like my reason for games, my history, sort of what led me to be the kind of person I am, and so yeah, possibly my future in regards of YouTube and anything else that I can think of. So yeah, first things first, my name. Most of you know me as Chaos Dragon 49, but those of you who know me on a personal basis will know me by a different name, my real name, which I will reveal to you all today. My name is Ben Mason. I am 27, on the verge of turning 28. I live in a town in the south of England, a little place called Portsmouth. And so yeah, I've lived here my entire life. I've been here and there, dotted all over the place. But I figured, well, here's sort of my deal. When I was a child, life really didn't exactly deal me the best of cards. When I was younger, I had ginger hair, and kids always used to pick on me for it. I was always the aim of their jokes, the aim of just about anything that you would consider possibly wrong with what bullying could be. So I had all of that to deal with. Home life wasn't exactly great either. And I had no friends to turn to either. Well, I guess I did have one friend, but he had a lot of stuff going on in his life, so it was sort of like, it didn't feel right to actually talk to him about it. So I tried to basically be. I tried just to do a lot of things on my own, and I failed a lot of the time. I had a lot of trouble physically, mentally, on a lot of things. I basically struggled throughout most of my life. Every day felt like a struggle just to even make it out of the door without wanting to cry. In a sense, life sucked ass. And yet, I still found a way to keep on going. And that would be the very thing that you see in front of you, ladies and gentlemen. Video games. Video games gave me a chance to either escape from the harshness of my life, and it also gave me a chance also to vent my frustrations. It essentially gave me a chance to just forget about how sucky life was. So alright, thank you very much, Jordan, for coming to check out the stream. Very much appreciated, man. So yeah, life and school sucked. No friends, no real safe haven to go to, really. Or I felt I had no safe haven to go to. For 13 years, life was a constant battle and also it was also very tough as well, because several times I contemplated suicide. Now, it's something harsh when you're 9 and you want to contemplate suicide. And I didn't tell anyone this. I didn't tell anyone the fact that I felt like I had nothing. Adults and other kids alike were absolute letdowns to me. I felt isolated, like I felt like the loneliest person in the world. Then, come 13, at the end of another horrible school day where I try my best and it's just not good enough in anyone else's eyes. I'm walking home. I run across the road apparently to talk to my friends. I don't remember all the details of this. But that is when I was hit by a car. Yes, I was hit by a car. I broke the windscreen with my head and I rolled off the car and into the road. Fortunately, there was someone there who knew my sister and immediately put me into the recovery position, so I was out of harm's way fairly early on, or at least that's what you'd think. Also they were able to, from what I've been told, been able to actually get someone to call an ambulance and find a way to get hold of my parents. So then, I'm lying there in the road, I'm lying there sort of unconscious. I'm only able to tell you this from various recollections I've had from people who were either there or that they've heard from other people. My memory of it is extremely vague. I don't even remember what even happened that day for the most part. But I can guarantee you it was sucky. It fucking sucked to the best part of what could only be described as another day of hell. In fact, hell would have probably been a hell of a lot better than through the shit that I had to deal with. But anyway, I digress. As you can tell, I obviously survived all of that. Not obviously, then that'd be fucking ridiculous. And I was in hospital. I had to cut my right knee open so bad you could see the bone. I also had, I think I had dislocated my right arm. I believe that's what I was told. Can't quite remember the details. But yeah. And that incident sort of changed me. It changed me a lot. One of the things that happened that sort of was very significant was I had lost a lot of my memory. I couldn't remember a lot of things. I couldn't remember my family's faces. There were only 2 people that from school that actually came to visit me, and both of them, I very much appreciate them actually coming to see me. One of them I knew at one of the girls that came to see me I had always respected because she was always smart, intelligent, and I'll be honest, in my eyes, quite pretty. So yeah, they came to visit me and they brought a card, obviously with signatures from other kids, basically saying good luck, hope you get better soon, the usual crap, blah blah blah. But it wasn't the card that actually made a sort of difference. It was seeing other people. I don't know why, but seeing their faces, even though I don't really speak to either of them now, obviously times change and people get distant, but the significance of them just being there is huge in my eyes. And another thing that also helped me was, once again, video games. They had an old Sega Mega Drive in the hospital where I was stationed. Not stationed, where I was recovering. And despite the fact I had an arm in a sling and couldn't really move, and couldn't really remember anything, I still somehow had kept with me my skills, well, my eyes and passion for video games. Video games, once again, were there to help me out. And granted, there were people there who actually came to see me and make sure I was okay, and there are woes or worries, but video games still helped me in the long run. And I just was able to actually get by and not really be in that much of a state. Granted, some nights were horrible because I would try to remember the face of my family, and it would just be horrific. It would just be like a nightmare. It would just, I would try, and it would put me in a not very pleasant state, so to speak. So no matter how hard I tried, I always felt like there was something out of my grasp. There was nothing I could do. And no matter how hard I tried, I would always just felt like I was a bit short. And that's when the anger came. I started to become a bit more angry. 13 years of anger that I had pretty much suppressed had built up and had reached a point of explosion, and I didn't actually go out and hurt anybody. No one was actually like truly hurt by my actions, because, well, I was basically hating on myself and everyone else. So I then decided to it was less me deciding and more it was decided that I needed help. So after trying, I was able to try my best. I was perceived as not able to go back to school because it would not be good for anyone there and for myself, because if anyone actually picked on me at that point, I could only fear what kind of consequences might have actually arisen from said actions or my said state. So I didn't go to school. I had home tuition. Now, here's the one thing that I will say about home tuition. It is good depending on who you have as a home tutor. It can sometimes actually be more helpful if you have someone who can actually see that they need to actually be able to talk to you and not just be silent. Like actually explain things. I was in a state where I barely could actually have anything explained, and on top of that, I had built, obviously, an immense fear of the road. The road, just going anywhere near the road, would put me in a high panicked state. I was not able to go anywhere near one without freaking out. So after I was able to make a lot of headway with my home tutor, who I still very much appreciate to this very day. She was able to sort of get me back into a fairly stable mindset, so to speak. The next part was working on my physical when I went to physical rehabilitation. Now, I've made the mistake of saying to some people before that I went to rehab, and they thought, oh my god, he went to rehab. What did he do? What was he addicted to? Was he to drugs or alcohol or who knows what? No, it's nothing like that. Although that might have actually probably been a lot easier to deal with than some of the stuff that me and my family had to go through in regards to trying to keep my ass stable. So yeah, I went through all of that. I met a couple of people, and I won't mince words. Some of them were assholes, but then again, what do you expect when you're in a place full of kids? That is going to happen at points. But anyway, so yeah, I met a girl there. She became my first girlfriend. I was nervous as hell. This and that happened. That's not really the main part of the story. So yeah, stuff happens. Obviously, she and I broke up, but we kept friends. Yada yada yada. So yeah, I came out of physical rehabilitation a few months later. Oh yeah, I'm forgetting a major point here. Before the physical rehabilitation was something that is probably even more important than that. It was discovered, I had, leading up after the accident, I was having severe headaches and double vision. I was barely able to really see anything out of my eyes, and it just sucked huge. So at first the doctors were saying, well, what do you expect? He did bang his head, he did break a windscreen with his head, which most people would have said, oh yeah, I guess, but no. Thankfully my family, well, my mum and my family altogether actually, my mum mainly, had spotted that something wasn't right. That something really wasn't right. It wasn't just a result of the accident. There was actually something more to it than that. So after several attempts visiting doctors and several failed attempts as well, one doctor actually did listen, and we were able to actually they were able to actually get me scheduled for a CAT scan. Now here's the thing. It wasn't very easy to get scheduled for a CAT scan on that one either. That was it was very tough. People, like 1 minute we'd be called in, oh we have a place for you, oh no we don't, sorry. So things would be on and off on a constant basis. Father getting immensely pissed, everyone getting stressed out. Basically no help was given. And then when we finally got through, it was revealed that there was actually something that was causing my headaches, and that wasn't actually due to the accident. I had something called a chronic hematoma, also known in the simpler terms as a cyst pressing against my brain. It was then decided that I should be actually have brain surgery. A few issues popped up here and there, like they lost, in the middle of transferring my files, they lost them. And then the said doctor that was to do the surgery went on holiday, and they picked one day that at the time I wouldn't have done, my birthday, because my family had been building it up for so long for me after having such a really shit year. They wanted to at least give me something to like really push myself forward for. So yeah, that happened, and then they were able to get the cyst out on September the 11th. Now I know what some of you might be thinking, September the 11th, and it wasn't on the same year as the said incident that is known worldwide. It happened a year after that, so there was no connection there whatsoever, so don't even draw any. Anyway, so yeah, I after the brain surgery, I started to get myself better. Didn't take me long to get me back on my feet. Didn't take long for me to heal. But one thing I can definitely say for certain, if they offer you something to eat after surgery, for the love of God, do not take it. You will regret it. It is a big mistake, and I regret it so wholeheartedly. What basically happened was I asked for a cheeseburger because I had a thing for cheeseburgers at that point, and Well, let's just say the stuff that was coming out of the mouth was like a fucking waterfall. It just poured out. And seeing as how I was throwing up like that, they only had one way of actually calming me down, or to actually suppress it. They had to give me some medicine for it. However, they could not put it in my mouth due to how I was. So there was only one place they actually could put it. Yep, they shoved it right up my ass, and my mother, apparently, she nearly wet herself with how my eyes looked at the time. She had a very hard time keeping a straight face, while if you'd have smacked me in the back of the head, I would have probably had my eyes pop out. That was essentially how things were. So yeah, that happened. That was a funny moment. So yeah, then obviously I went through physical rehab. Then I did a bit more home tuition afterwards because I was going to get ready for college. By that point I was obviously 16. 16? Yeah. So yeah, after physical rehab I was able to actually sort of have my fear of roads removed. But it took a few more years after that before I would be fully free of that fear. So I continue on. I get into college, and it was immediate that I was going to struggle. It was immediate that, because with brain injuries, it's very hard to actually pinpoint what sort of needs a person will need, like what they could like require to help them out. It is very difficult to work out because brains, even though humanity has been studying brains for years, it's still hard to work out or pinpoint exactly like the whole effect of the brain itself. That has and will always be a struggle, I imagine, for many years to come, and possibly for the rest of existence. So yeah, had a few issues again, and once again, my saving grace, video games. I come home. Life wasn't entirely great because it was stressful on everybody. The events that had taken place basically leading up to college and throughout. Games were once again my saving grace. It got me through so much. 4 years of college later, I come out with a diploma in ICT. I worked real hard to get sort of where I was. It was not easy in the slightest. So yeah, I played video games when I got home to try and avoid more stress than needed. So then I pushed through, had a few relationships here and there, as you do, and I learned. I made mistakes, and I am the first person to admit that I made quite a few mistakes. But I will, as I said, I have made mistakes, and I will never deny that. I tried my best, and that's all anyone could ever truly want. But yeah, college was a tough challenge. As I stated, I was able to do 4 years. I didn't come out with a diploma. So then came the annoying bit, dealing with the job market. And once again, after after basically tackling the job market here in the UK, specifically my area, it was very, very annoying. Because despite what people say is that they don't discriminate people with disabilities, no one will actually like judge you. But the fact of the matter is, everybody judges, and no matter what people say is, you're all fucking judge. Don't worry, it's a part of humanity. We all judge people at some point. So at this point, I can't even be offended by it because it's just basically a part of our society at the moment, where you judge people at first glance. No matter how noble you try and sound, you do it in secret regardless. So anyway, I then, as I said, went through 8 years of trial and severe error. And by severe error, I mean no fucking luck whatsoever. So in the end, after going through several trials with different people and different groups who said, "Oh yeah, we'll help you," and then just leaving me to fend for myself, as I was becoming accustomed to. For those it's funny how people say that, "Oh, we'll help you," but then when it actually comes to crunch time, they don't do nothing. So yeah, once again, I managed to focus on video games as a source of myself. I had then become heavy in trying to help out as many people as possible. But then, after 8 years of it, I was still nowhere. I then started to come to the realization that I've had a philosophy for some time where you can't help anyone else until you actually help yourself. Because in the grand scheme of things, you're no use to anybody if you're dead. You can't do anything if you're 6 feet under. So no point working yourself into the ground for other people until you can sort out yourself. And I had thought that I was living by that policy, but the fact is I hadn't. I was partially a bit of a doormat for other people. I had not really focused on myself. I had sort of let myself go a bit. I wasn't exactly the greatest of people. But near the end of those 8 years, well, I'll say 2.5 years ago, or over that now, I happened to meet someone that I knew in college, and she was the start of my change. I was able to begin to find confidence in myself, because at that point I had no confidence in myself whatsoever. I would put myself down at just about any point, and also at points I had once again contemplated suicide. So yeah, once again I found myself in a shitty way, but then the only way I could describe her for myself at the time would be a fucking angel. An angel in disguise would be the best way to describe her. Some of you, some of you who have actually looked through my channel and all my videos and seen the very first video that I have up on here. I did have a couple more, but they were sort of trials runs, so I just deleted them. But yeah, the very earliest video I have is of my girlfriend. As you have all seen her, if you've actually watched that video, you'll see her, and she means so much to me. Thanks to her, I was able to actually gain a certain level of confidence, and now I could actually bash on myself and anyone else without actually damaging my own confidence. It's thanks to her that I was able to actually not feel bad about playing video games. I'd started to feel guilty about playing games. I felt like video games was getting in my way. But as it turns out, video games weren't getting in my way. It was other people that were getting in my way. So I focused on my life and the possibility of a future with her. And because she was my angel, I sort of almost immediately fell in love with her because of what she had basically brought out in myself. But over time, I realised how I truly felt, and that was I did truly love her. That is Emma, or Emma. Yeah, Emma. I know, not very imaginative, I know, but when you're trying to come up with a name on the fly, it's not easy. She did used to call herself Ice online, but yeah, it was hard to try and actually come up with one. So Emma, we stuck with. So yes, Emma Hearn. About the same age as me, a little bit older. But yeah, an absolute. I'm not a religious person, but I will say this: an absolute godsend. So yeah, she brought back my confidence, and I try my best, and every time I see her, I try my best to actually make her smile, to give her the confidence that she's given in me. She has done so much in just being there that I don't think she might even realise how much she's actually done. Everyone who's known me has said that I seem a lot more happier, a lot more confident in myself. So yeah. And at Christmas, after working so hard and finally coming out of myself, I was then given a PS4 for Christmas, which made me really happy, as you can imagine, because I always felt guilty about getting like really expensive gifts or presents or anything expensive, because money is tight. Money is tight a lot of the time. Anyone who lives in the UK and well, any other country where you basically work by the penny, where you like work everything you can down to the pound, it's tough. Life is tough. So you learn to not actually expect anything major, and if you do get anything big or expensive, then you appreciate it like no one will believe. You have much respect for that. So yeah, and I had a dog. His name was Kaiser. He was our family's second dog. We'd had him for quite some time, and he was getting old, and he was starting to really struggle. He had developed asthma. Jeez, I'm gonna cry in the video. And he looked like he was actually starting to get a little bit better, a bit more life in himself. So then comes January, New Year's. He then collapsed. He wasn't feeling entirely himself, so I decided to take him out for a walk. And I thought that might, maybe help him feel a little bit better. So we went slow, we walked around the block, and he seemed to really enjoy it. And so I came back, and he settled down for a bit. He then got up, I came back up here and started playing with a couple of friends on PlayStation. We had just discovered obviously that you could actually stream videos, so then we were planning like like what we could do. We started messing around, like coming up with stuff that we could stream, like what games we'd want to do, stuff like that. And it was at that point that I thought maybe stuff like this isn't beyond that kind of reach for me. Maybe I can actually do something like this for fun. Maybe I can actually enjoy gaming even more. And if I can show people how much I enjoy games, even better. Because then maybe people will actually understand, like maybe games can actually do more help for people than is actually realised. That there is something out there that actually can be helpful. That suicide might not always be the answer. That was my thought. Kaiser, he then started spitting out blood in both ends, and everyone was in a panic. I had just finished testing out stream, and then, well, they panicked. This was on New Year's Eve, by the way. The day after New Year's Eve, by the way. And well, my parents then had to call up an emergency hospital. They got on my sister. They called up an emergency hospital, well, veterinarian, sorry, and they were able to get him in. I couldn't do anything. I felt absolutely helpless. I'd never felt so helpless. Even at my accident, I never felt that helpless. So yeah, so as I said, he went to the vets. My sister and mother took him there, and they left him over there, and the vet said that leave him there and they'll monitor him overnight. And apparently he started to pick up, started to actually be a lot better in himself. He actually started to have a bit more energy. So then my mother received a phone call saying that we could go get him. And I woke up scared because he wasn't there. I woke up to him being there for years. And then I received a phone call from my sister. He had passed away only an hour before my sister and mother had reached the vet. Yeah. So we brought him home. And we said our goodbyes and we buried him that same day. We were all devastated. He'd been with us for a long time. And it really broke our hearts. So yeah, because I didn't know what to do. I thought I could do something like this for fun. Things were starting to look up, and then that happened. So, after giving myself some time to think, I then decided that if I am going to do something like this, then I'm going to be serious about it. I'm gonna do my best I can. I'm gonna try and get a job so I can actually get some money in, so I can actually put some proper equipment into this, make some, actually basically show the world as someone who loves games with a passion and has no problem showing the world how much they care. I'm gonna be the greatest of game. Hell, I'm not the greatest of gamers at all, but I still love games. They are a part of who I am. And after years of maybe not accepting that, my mother knew how much I love video games. She had accepted that. But it's only been recently that my family has, other than my mother, has actually seen how much video games mean to me. So I pushed through and made the decision that if I'm going to do this, this is serious. I'm going to give this everything I have, every penny that I can. I'm going to put into doing this. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to build up followers. I'm going to show people that this is who I am. This is the gamer. This is Chaos Dragon 49. This is Ben Mason. And I have every intention of continuing on doing even more videos, whether it's on my own or with other people. I don't care. I will keep doing this. I will keep making videos. I will keep trying my best, whether it takes. My main aim at the moment is to get 1,000 subscribers, to get 1,000 people tuning in, actually wanting to tune in and actually hear me be insane, be a nut job. To have 1,000 people to actually be happy for me to actually say, hello my fellow nut jobs and welcome to the stream. You are insane for subscribing to me, and those of you who do have subscribed to me, you are insane. But thank you anyway for actually subscribing to me. And when you have tuned into my stream or watched my videos at any point, you actually put a smile on my face. Whether you like my videos or you hate my videos, the fact is you are still putting a smile on my face. To those of you who have actually liked my videos and have subscribed to me, thank you very much. To those of you who have not liked my videos, well, guess what, pal? Tough luck. If you don't like it, then don't bother watching the stream, don't subscribe, and get the fuck out of here. I'm here for the long haul, for people. I'm here for the long haul, whether you like it or not. I am Ben Mason, I am Chaos Dragon, and I am going to stick around for a very, very long time. I will be here on these screens, I will be playing games like this, and I will be doing even more. Video games have been a part of my life, and I want to show off how much I love video games, whether it's by doing stuff like this, whether it's by being goofy or silly, whether it's by sitting in front of a camera and doing a vlog, showing other important parts of my life. I will keep doing this. YouTube is actually fun, and I want to make it a part of my life. Whether I go onto Twitch, whether I go onto another channel, whether I continue further on, hell, even if I'm a part of the night raid, whether I continue to do just about anything, I always put in 100% and more of my entire existence. I put more passion into this sort of stuff than I do in anything else. Gaming is my life. YouTube is becoming a part of my life. And to those of you who subscribe to me, to those of you who watch my videos, to those who even comment in the chat when I'm streaming, thank you very much. I appreciate everything, every single comment. I appreciate any little bit of help or advice while I'm playing the games, of like maybe I've missed something, or maybe there's a little bit of stuff that I don't know about. I appreciate every single thing that you do. and say to me, I appreciate it so much. YouTube is a hard thing to actually get through because there are so many people out there who do YouTube videos and games. It is really tough, and I appreciate so much that there are some people who actually want me to do this, who actually want to see more. I want to see more people doing this. There are some things about YouTube that I do not agree, like the copyright system, but that is a whole different, that would be a whole different video altogether, no doubt. But this is what I want to do. This is what I want to be a part of my life. I want to show the world like something different. The world has seen me as a goofball for a while. I have helped out other people, I've spent time helping out other people, I've spent time on myself, and now I'm going to spend time, a lot of time, doing what I love. Streaming videos, making people laugh, and enjoying video games to the fullest. This is who I am, ladies and gentlemen. I am Ben Mason. I am a gamer through and through. Whether people say that I'm wasting my time, that I need to actually focus on more realistic things, I do not care. I have had people try to knock me down my entire life, and I will not back down anymore. Video games are me. I am a gamer, and I will continue to go on. Whether people actually continue to attack, whether people attack me verbally or physically, I don't care. I've been nearly killed several times throughout my life, so if you want to try and take me out, then you've got to do a damn lot better than what has happened to me so far. Because as long as there are video games out there that I enjoy, and as long as there is something, as long as I can actually show how much I appreciate games, and people who create games, and people who do voices, everything involving games, as long as there is a way I can actually show my appreciation, you be damn sure I will be there on the front lines, showing everything I can with a sturdy heart and with true passion. I am Ben Mason, ladies and gentlemen. You can call me a Chaos Dragon if you want, you can call me Ben, whatever you want to call me, but I will be here for a hell of a lot longer. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you. I know you haven't actually seen much apart from me just going around in circles, but I'm just grinding because I have to do this anyway, because, well, it gets a lot tougher later on for those of you who are a fan. But yeah, I am going to be here for a very long time. I won't give up, no matter what. I will not lose hope, I will not lose faith in myself, and I will not lose faith in, I will appreciate those who are around me and believe that I can actually do this. So thank you everybody for tuning in to this rather serious video, or stream, or whatever you want to call this. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, stay chaotic, and I will see you in the next stream. Bye-bye!